everyone, welcome back to Painted Studio. Maury Curtis Dunbar here on a gorgeous spring day. It's gonna hit like 85 today. So I'm very happy to be here working in the studio, turn the AC on, and we are warming up to warm weather projects. So if you looked at the title, you saw that it said we were doing an unboxing, which we are doing. We have a box sitting next to me of the newest foils that I'm bringing in from APS, brand new spring colors. I will not be lifting that box up so you can watch it because it's also full of cans of foil adhesive and that's a little heavy. Hey, Tony, nice to see you. And so then after that, we're gonna go do all the unmolding of all these goodies that I poured on Saturday, because everybody sees me do the pours, and sometimes I do the unmolding when nobody's looking, and I know everybody likes to see it coming out of the molds. So today, we have molds galore. But first thing we're gonna do is I'm going to go down to that box that you see right there, that I, no way, shape, or form am ever gonna lift up on my, with all the contents. We're gonna cut it open with our scissors, and I'm gonna pull the two new foils that we just got in, and I am so excited by these because they are stunning. Oh good, they're right on top too. I don't even have to go digging. Oh, it's the little things that make me happy. Okay, let's come back up here, and here I am. All right, so the first new one we got, oh, this is so gorgeous, Celadon Green. It is a light goldish green that's not super yellowy, and it's just stunning. I mean, this color is beautiful. And then we have a new wood grain pattern, but it's not like the wood grain patterns you've seen before. Hey, Maddie. This is metallic gold wood grain pattern. Look how cool that is. So those literally just came in today. I haven't even had a chance to put them on the website. They'll be on the website as soon as I finish this live and sit down and put it on. Oh, they're so pretty. I can't wait. And then I'll probably do a second live later this afternoon where we demo those patterns. Because, you know, let's face it, I did this the other day. It's okay. I don't love it. So if I just put brand new foil adhesive all over it and then do it with the new patterns, we'll have a whole new look, and I think that will be gorgeous. All right, so I'm gonna flip this down and we're gonna start doing some unmolding. Now, you see I'm out of the old cast that I was in before. I'm in a wrist brace, and we're going to go gently. Some of these I may not be able to do because they may require a little more force than I can do with just my hands right now, but that doesn't matter. And we have tons of stuff here. I mean, it's insane how much we poured on Saturday. Especially since it's not, you know, the only thing I ever do in this studio. There's a lot of epoxy, but like I said, we're going to be part of the local farmers market this summer, and the only thing we can do is sell things that we've made, not products, which is fine because I don't really want to carry cans of paint over to the farmers market, but that means I actually have to make products. So here we go. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna unmold some of the smaller ones first and work our way up. We've got this pen. Now you can look at it and see it did not sit quite level, so we kind of spilled on this end and dipped on this end, and I'm gonna show you how we fix that too after we take them all out of the molds. So the first thing I have to do is sort of loosen the mold around the edges. That's fine, silicone's easy. Now remember, we tinted all of these with mica powders, and that's going to give us a very different look than pigment does. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, that came out great. Look how cool that is. And then on the other side, there's just a little silver, so clearly there's some rough spot there. So the first thing I normally do is take a small scissor and trim all that little extra bit off. Why? Because that's the easiest way. I don't like to drill and grind if I don't have to. If I can cut something off quickly and easily, I will. I'm still gonna have to do a little cleanup sanding and stuff on here, I know that. But it came out, and you can see the tip is right here, and it writes perfectly. So the tips of these pen molds have that, like I said before, have the little reservoir in here that you shove the pen center into, and it keeps the pen from getting any epoxy on it. Lisa, I'm going to have to, you just got your molds, you just got yours yesterday. I'm not sure what yours you got. Can you, or do I have a video from start to finish? Saturday's live, which is posted on our page, showed me pouring almost everything here. So definitely look on Saturday's live to show how the mold was done. And then this is how we remove it from the mold. And then, you know, these molds are silicone, so you can see they're very flimsy and floppy, which can be a little problematic. You have to watch to make sure that they're not over poured and collapse on you. And then you just pull all the extra stuff off it. That's like my fun thing to do. And then I'm going to show you in a little bit just how we fill in that reservoir, but it's going to let me unmold a few other things first. Let's get, oh, I got something stuck over here. Ugh. Okay, here's another pen. And again, you can see my hands were shaking really hard on Saturday. So I poured like all over the place on this. And so I'm gonna have to clean up a lot of edge. Normally I am not that sloppy on my pours, but man, it was like I was over caffeinated. And so my hands just shook like leaves as I was doing this. I don't make my molds. I think, Lisa, yeah. If you want to see the molding video, where I poured into all of this, I did it on Saturday's live. It's posted there. I have not yet posted to our YouTube channel because, I'm sorry, with the chaos of our house burning down, the YouTube channel got set aside for a few days. I've been busy trying to keep up on the lives. So I'm working, getting all this extra stuff from around the edge so I can get this side too. Let's try this way. And of course I have no fingernails anymore because I had to cut them all down for everything. Let's get there with the scissor. And all I'm doing is prying the mold away from the overpour on the top. I'm not gonna cut the mold, it'll come out fine. But I'm also fighting with hands that are a little stressed right now. And for those of you who noticed, yes, I'm out of my other big bandage and into a smaller one, but that also means I have to be careful using my hands. Okay, so here we go, got it out. First of all, look how cool that is. That is just so cool. Oh yeah, my house burned. We've been living in a hotel for a month. Yeah, I'm not thrilled about it. But we are moving into a new house in the next week or so. It's a long, convoluted story that's not all that interesting if you don't know me well. All right, so I'm just taking a scissor again, coming through, cutting all this off, or you can use an X-Acto knife. I'm just setting that aside now so we can keep unmolding. You guys don't need to watch me trim every last thing on earth. This is our third pen. This one, I gotta pull out a little bit. Let's see. I use the back end of the scissor to get in there and start loosening this. And there's a spot. I knew I could find a spot if I looked long enough. And we have our third ballpoint pen. Little iridescent, little silver swirl, a little bit of glitter in there, and we trim these out and smooth them up on top. Look how cool that is. And they're very comfortable to hold in your hands. Yeah, Lisa, it's one more thing for the spring. It's been a weird couple of years for me, and the house burning down was not my happiest day, but we didn't lose very much because the fire was contained within the roof. So we're very fortunate, and nobody was hurt, which is the biggest part of that. Okay, so let's unmold another thing. So you've seen my 3 pens. I will show you how we do the backfill on this. You know what, why don't I do that right now before I unmold anything else, because I don't want to forget to show you all. This is pretty cool. Okay, so we have this pen, and now I'm going to show you. We have a UV light like you see in the nail salons for curing gel polish. There is a product, where did it go? This is called UV Cure Gel, or UV Cure resin. So when you have something like this, and a lot of things, especially when you cast flat, they have kind of an edge here, because the epoxy, when it starts to cure, pulls down tight and it leaves a little divot. So we take the UV Cure Gel and just sort of fill in that spot. And I don't even have to coat this whole thing, but I'm bringing it all the way up so that there's a smooth, even feel to the pen. There's no edge here. You can smooth this with a brush too. And you can buy UV cured resin on Amazon or on Etsy. I am looking into bringing it in here. I just need to find a good supplier who's reliable. And so far that hasn't happened, because everybody I've talked to has said a lot of nice things and then done nothing. Okay, so I've filled in that spot. I've made sure it's smooth everywhere. And because of the nature of this, I don't even have to worry about bubbles. Okay, I just want to get my finger into that little spot. Right over there. Let me see if I need to put a little more in other spots. Yeah, I can see it's still, some of the other spots it's still wanting to puddle a little bit. Okay, we've got that done. And we take this and we put it under the UV light for 2 to 4 minutes. So we're gonna let that cure, and while that cures, I'll pull some other things out of molds. So here is the lid for the, if you remember the other day, I did this jar, and it's a lid and a body. So first thing we're gonna do is pull the lid out. And all I have to do is really invert this mold, peel it back, and work it out. So there's our lid. Great, I stuck my fingers in something gooey and now my hand's gooey. This one may be a little challenging for me. I got it before, so let's hope I can get this off on camera and you all can see it. Okay, whoops. All the paper sliding around. Let's make sure I got all of this peeled back. It's 1 minute. This only has a timer that goes up to 60 seconds, so I'm going to have to reset it several times while the curing happens. Right here is where the overflow is, and it doesn't want to let go that easily, but I got it. Little stinker. One spot right there. Why does that one spot not want to let go? Back into the scissor so I don't cut the mold. And if that's going to be one that's going to be really hard for me, I'm going to have to set it aside and just try to do it later. Let me try to get it at a different angle. Sorry, I'm putting it in my lap for a second. Maybe I figured I might get a little extra torque, and that's not going to work for me today. I just need to get when I can pull at it in small bits, because obviously it's got a stuck spot in there. All right, here's another mold. And again, we just turn it inside out. And look at our pretty iridescent and silver and blue hearts. I love this. Oh, the molds I get on Amazon, I get on Etsy, and I get on eBay. I have not found things like this mold for the bottle. That was Amazon. This mold was from Etsy, because the gal I order them from is a soap maker, which is the same as these molds. She's a soap maker, so I just put in silicone molds and all kinds of stuff came up. So this is going to be, I think, one of the tulips. So let's open this up. See which way we're going here. There we go. There's one more. Okay, and now I just take my fingers and pop that out. You gotta pry it out a little bit. I can get my fingers in there to get it out. I'm working for with my first day out of the other bandages, so my hands aren't as strong as they normally are. That is not going to work well for me today. It's my hands, folks. It's not the epoxy. I'm going to put my brace back on because this is going to be uncomfortable for me. Well, plus, with the brace on, I might actually have enough tension there to pull something the way it needs to be pulled. All right. Here we go. Let's try this one again. Try a different one. And here we go. That one opens up a little wider, so that should be a little easier to get out. I gotta pull. These are soap molds, so they're shaped a little differently than regular silicone molds are. There's no, it's not clear, it's not slick-sided. And here we go. I knew I could get it out. I had to just get some torque on there. There we go. Look at our pretty tulip. How pretty is that? Oh, I love that. Oh, that needs to stop. Let's take our pen out. Now this can cure, and you don't have to have one of these UV lights to get this to cure. It just does it faster. If you have UV gel, the UV resin, you can let it cure in regular sunlight. So look how cool this is. Now it's smooth here, and it's still warm from being under the UV light because it's a chemical heat reaction with UV. So you want to let that sit and cool, and that's going to be another fabulous pen. All right, I'm going to get a little torque on this tulip down on my lap and pop it out, I hope. Otherwise, I'm lying to you. Yep, there we go. It's letting go. Slowly but surely. Yeah, that one needs to set down. I need to go back at it. That's a tough one. I'm just not going to do the really hard ones on screen. I'm sorry, I'm fighting with my hands. So we'll do the easier ones, and you can see how they come out. And then I'll slowly work the harder ones out and take pictures of them. Ah, there we go. There's another tulip. Now this is the tulip bud. This is as it starts to bloom, and the one that I'm having the hardest time getting out is the one that is open and bloomed. And the reason it's the hardest is because the petals are open and there was a lot of little intricate corners that the epoxy went into. So it takes some time getting these out. These flower molds can be a little challenging, and it's not easy if your fingers don't want to cooperate. Yeah, I'm going to just put that to the side because I'm going to keep killing myself to fix that, and that's going to make me nuts. All right, so we're going to unload some of these molds. You saw all the different shapes and forms that we poured. All right, there's this one, and this is our little Buddha, and we used yellow mica powder, gold mica powder, and blue mica powder mixed into the epoxy, and we got this cool looking thing. Look how cool that came out. Maddie, I promise I won't hurt myself, because if it hurts, I stop. I don't want to go through this again, so. I'm only doing the ones I can get out easily. Okay, this is a little fairy maiden in here. And so here's how she came out of her mold. Look how pretty that is. And again, what we're gonna do with these, you can put drill holes on them, you can put magnets on the back, or you can make these into drawer pulls. Now, when I do the live later today, after I've finished all these out, smooth them all out, pulled them all out of the molds, I'll do a live that shows you how we turn these into knobs for furniture. And it's very, very simple. Okay, we got a little bowl here. Yep, sorry folks, my hands are just not strong enough for it today. I'm not willing to hurt myself to pull these out of the molds today. Okay, here we go. Here's this one. Now this is very lacy, flowery, and this is how it came out. Now you can see I have a lot of cleanup to do around here. That's easy enough. I just clip it out with a pair of scissors. These are so cute. Here's another one we're gonna pull out of the mold. This is the moon goddess one. So look how pretty that came out. Sorry, my hands are wavering a little bit, but there's her face and her hair piece, and she's smiling over the moon. That one's just so pretty. And these have, a good 72-hour cure on these because I poured them on Saturday and now it's Tuesday. So they are definitely hard. These are not flexible like they would be if I unmolded them the next day, 12 to 15 hours later. And that, for some things that makes it harder, for some things that makes it better. All right, this is the last one. And this is our carnival mask. Look how cool that came out with the blue and the golds. Oh, I love that. Okay, that's going to the side. And then you saw, I'm gonna see if I can unmold the skull. I may or may not be able to. This is usually not too bad, but I don't know how this is gonna go. Now this is not the same one that you saw before. This is for the candle holder. You can see this thing holds the opening. This is a full skull. So give me just a second. I'm putting it in my lap and pulling at it so I can see if I can get it rolled down. If I can't do it, I won't. It'll just have to wait for another day. And there we go, I got it. Whoop, I sent it flying across the table. Look how cool that is. And I love these skulls because they have all this wonderful carved kind of detail in them if you look up close. Now this came out a little matte as opposed to glossy, which is just fine. If I wanted it glossy, I can coat it with resin spray and make them shiny. All right, I think the last ones I'm gonna try to pop out are all of these little guys. These are easy, they're candy molds, which means because they're designed for candy to be shiny, these will come out glossy. And as you can see, I over poured on them too, but look how cool these stars are. I mean, that's awesome. You can use these, make them into magnets. You could make these into earrings. These are very cute. So let me get all my stars out. That is, if they're gonna go. Sometimes they just want to move in here. I know I keep going off camera. It's because with my hand like this, I need to shift positions to get a better grip and get some purchase on things. So I apologize when I'm off camera and you can't see what I'm doing, but it's basically what you see me doing on camera. Just working these guys out of their molds. All right, I gotta stop that. I'm gonna show you the different ones. My hands are getting a little tired, so I'm gonna need to rest. So these were the seashells. Look how cute that little seashell is. These will make great magnets or great embellishments or cute, this would be great drawer pulls for like jewelry boxes. So how cute is that? Do you remember where I got the skull mold? Yes, I got it on Etsy. And if you'd like, when I finish, this, I will go look at my source and put the vendor from Etsy into the comments or into the post so you can see it. See, this one's popping out really easily because I didn't over pour. See, they're popping out like little pieces of candy. But I love doing these because these make great magnets. They make great decorative items. You can also use paper clay in these, but I love pouring epoxy because they're so hard. And then they come out so shiny and gem-like. Look how beautiful those are. Ugh. And wouldn't these be fun, you know, just on like a small dress, like a jewelry vanity or something, and you just put them, you know, drill through them, put them as a knob, and they're drawer pulls. These are so cute. You know, I'm all about when I can't find what I want, making it. So yeah, we're making a lot. And these were leaves, and these are a little more in there, and it's a little harder for me to get a good grip on this one. But here is one terrific looking leaf. See, we got it in copper on one side and then blues on the other. And you can make these in any colors you want. Now I'm going to be, the girl who does the flower molds, they are out of Georgia, but the guy who does the skull molds, he's in China. So when you order this, expect it to take like, if you order this mold, expect it to take a good 4 weeks to get to you. Look at these. There's just a tiny spritz of gold in the leaf and then all that blue. Look how wonderful that looks. Oh, that's so pretty. And then we have these that are copper and yellow. And let's see, what else have I got? I just poured every last little bit of every resin I had into these molds. So who knows what I'm going to see when I pop them out. There's that one. I think this is the last one. Okay, so we've got all of those pulled out. Okay, so I love these colors. All right, I'm gonna scroll through, go check questions in case I missed something since the camera was pointed down. Oh yeah, cute for tier trays, absolutely. Now imagine you were making these as drawer pulls or as magnets for your store, and you have a candy tray, and you just put them all out. And look how cute that was, and you just put a little sign on there that says, handmade magnets. I think that's a great idea. Okay. Joellen, I will definitely go look up the vendor. It may take me a few minutes because I gotta go searching through my stuff to find the vendor for the skulls and for all the other ones. Let's see. Thank you for telling me not to push myself. I have to stop. That's why we didn't get everything unmolded. Where did I get this gel? This gel, I think I got it on Etsy. This is UV gel, and it cures, the directions say on the back, UV lamp 2 to 4 minutes, sunlight 5 to 10 minutes, on a sunny day, and on a cloudy day 20 to 40 minutes. So you don't have to have like the manicurist light, UV light, to do these. You just you can set them in a sunny window and they will cure. But I love they solved having that product solved the problem of dealing with the divots when something is molded and then you have that little curve and then it has a rough edge on it. So that's why I have it, and I promise I am hunting to carry it myself. It's not an easy product to find, so I am working on that. Yeah, Lisa, the house is fine. We're all fine. Thank you all for being so caring about my house and my family. You guys are wonderful. Oh, Oh, Lisa just got her molds yesterday. Yeah, Lisa, I'm sorry, I'm reading back over the questions you asked earlier. Lisa got hers yesterday. She was talking about the molds. So when I do this, and you'll see it in the video, I spray my molds with Smooth On. This is my preferred mold spray. You can get it at Amazon. I do not carry that product. It's combustible. The shipping on it's a pain, so let Amazon handle that shipping. But this is my favorite mold spray. It's $22 a can and it lasts forever. And then we spray the molds. We mix all our epoxies with different stuff in it and we pour the molds. Let them sit for a minimum of 12 to 15 hours. They have to be at least firm so that you can pop them out of the molds. If you try them, you know, I'm sure you guys know enough about epoxy that if you try to unmold it before it's cured, all it's going to do is spill everywhere and coat you. So then after that, we let them come to the firm hard cure, and then we take care of all these edges and stuff and clean it all up, make them great, and then we're going to put them out for sale. I'm very excited about this. Let's see if I missed anything else. Now, like I said, I'm going to be doing another live later. I'm going to show you how we turn these into drawer pulls. And by then I will have unmolded all these others. I just got to do it one at a time, super slow while nobody's watching because I'm going to have to take a lot of breaks with my hand to let it out. I know you all understand. I appreciate your patience. And let's see, I think that, do you have to spray the molds? It really helps if you spray the molds. The molds are silicone. Some of them let go better than others, especially these inexpensive white ones like this that I get off of Amazon and stuff. If I don't spray them, sometimes they just become part of the mold. I think some of you may remember the mold that I forgot to spray, and I had to cut my epoxy piece out of it because it told me I wasn't supposed to need to spray, and I usually, even when it says that, I usually spray anyway. Well, I could end up doing that with this too if you don't spray. And there's this spray, and I know there's one that's like a pump spray that you can get at Michael's that's running it's about 2.5, 3 ounces, and it runs like $15. It works fine. It's just not my favorite one. Oh, Tony, you never thought to do that? You just sand? Well, first of all, I don't sand forever anyway. If I had to sand, I use a Dremel. I use, I use a grinding tool. I use everything to make things faster. Because extra time that I spend doing things makes things more expensive to sell, because that means I'm not doing something else that I'm being productive with. So that's all part of all these messages keep coming through no matter what I turn my phone to. Warm soapy water works to demold. It probably, yeah. I've never had a problem. I've never needed to stick it in there. But the one that I had to cut off warm soapy water wouldn't have helped at all. That one was permanently bonded, and I was going under there with knives and peeling it. It was a mess. I've never tried the warm soapy water method. If it works, somebody tell me. I would love to try that, because if I've got a sticky mold, it's a lot of work. The other molds, there's no problem with any of the molds I have. It's the problems with these. You guys know I had 2 hand surgeries in the last 9 weeks. So my hands are just not as strong as they were, and I have to have a little more strength to work on some of these, so I have to do them bit by bit. I told you guys when I did the pour, this one, I spent the whole day just working it out of the mold because my hands wouldn't let me do it. So, but that's not a problem. We're just gonna keep working. I got plenty of things to do, and when we come back later, I'll be on back around 4:30 my time again, and we are going, I'm sorry I keep flipping my hair, I'm hot. I'm like, I want somebody to come behind me and just hold my hair up so my neck will breathe. It is 85 here. Okay, go have fun, pick up your grandson from school, Lisa. Have a great day. And I think we're kind of done on this one. I'll be back around 4:30. We'll do some more with this, and I will show you how I turn these into drawer pulls, and then I will also do a demo with the brand new foils that I just took out of the box. All right, everyone, have a great one. I'll see you later today. Bye-bye.